I rarely do trades because more often than not, trades aren't that interesting to me. And the biggest problem with trades is that it's really hard to actually get apples to apples. But I have a trade today that is both awesome, weird, and there's a ton of payoff. I have to tell you a small bit of my history that is cool and important. In 2016 or so, I helped a friend whose husband passed away. I helped liquidate a huge collection of guitars. Quiet, you! My GPS is telling me where to go. I helped a widow liquidate the remnants of the guitar collection that her husband had been building. One of those guitars I finished building and I sold, and I wish I wouldn't have sold. So that's what's coming today. It is a Telecaster that is so cool. I put it together, and unfortunately I put it together in a rush in a time where I needed money. And so anyway, we're gonna go trade for that guitar. But there's also some awesome weird stuff involved. So buckle in, make sure you're subscribed. I'm Jeremy, I'm the Guitar Hunter. Sorry, we're overexposed. I'm Jeremy, I'm the Guitar Hunter, and this is an amazing, cool trade. Let's go get it.
The first time looked in your eyes, girl, I lost my mind. I'm thinking you're the one.
So you're about to meet Mitch, one of my oldest friends and old guitar playing friend. Hey, look at this! So many people.
See ya.
Mitchell.
How's it going, man?
Good.
If you don't mind touching me.
It's okay.
Let us go.
Oh wow! I totally forgot about this one.
No, so this.
Oh, this is the case for that. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a case for
Okay. Yeah.
it,
Yeah. Because I didn't give it to you with a case.
So, no.
Dude, this is so fun. I have missed this guitar. This is one that I was like, I forget, because we were just moving and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, I regretted. I had a hunch that if you ever sold this, I would get it back, and I hope that I would get it back.
Yeah. So what's funny is my wife was actually, because how it went down is within the swaps that we did,
yeah.
I got the money to pay for her engagement ring.
What?
So
that's awesome.
So what had happened was my wife was actually looking at potentially trying to contact you to try to get that D35 back. But I don't think she realized how disconnected it was with how, I mean, that was sold a while ago.
Yeah.
But she was like, she recently told me that she was trying to figure that out.
Oh man, that's so cool.
And then she randomly like sent me a picture of just it was like a 2008 SG Standard, and she's like, so what do you think about this on Facebook Market? Is it a good price? Trying to like fish at it, and like, yeah, but like not, no, it's like, but like not at the same time, like not exactly something I was looking for.
Yeah.
But funny enough, like with like I love playing this thing, but I had been like Strats were never on my mind until like honestly seeing like Brian Rutherford just like kill it.
Dude, he's so good. Alright, so what's this?
That's a lawnmower. I mean a weed eater for you.
So part of the deal, this is why this deal is like so wonderful and so weird. Oh, I think I'm gonna, can you grab that string?
Yep.
But what made this deal so weird and wonderful was that Mitch was like, hey, do you want a weed eater to sweeten the deal? So got a weed eater and a cypress telly. Can you open the top there?
Sure.
Okay, so there's a shirt.
Thank you. Oh, that's so sick.
Dude, it's so good.
That is so sick. Oh. Wow.
So, that back tone pot, push that thing.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's what I was telling you about. So that engages the neck pickup.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Wow.
The only little ding is down here.
Yeah, that's...
But it is very, very cool.
That's so cool, dude. That's so sick.
Dude, yes, I'm totally happy with this deal. So if you are.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy with that.
Cool.
It's so sick.
is a Telecaster that is really important and really significant to me. This was built, the body was built and never finished by my friend John Prendergast. The neck was built by him and never quite finished. And so this guitar got put together when I was at the end of selling a huge collection of guitars for a friend and for her spouse. And this guitar, we were at a time where I was leaving a job. I was leaving a job, I was starting a business, we were moving across the country, and it just all culminated in where, like, okay, it's time to sell this guitar. I had to let go of any projects I was working on, and this is one I was really not excited about letting go of. I sold it to an old friend, Mitch. Mitch is a great guitar player. He also is a PTOT, one of those. He's a therapist, works in a hospital. He is a dear friend. He's a great guitar player. And so he saw that I was selling an American Pro 2 Strat, which I actually never made a video about. I have an American Pro Strat right here with a rosewood fingerboard that was part of the Fender launch when they announced that guitar, and I got to keep it, and I love that guitar. But when I got that guitar, I had hoped that they would send me one with a maple neck. They didn't. So someone traded me a few months ago. I had a 52 Tele. I traded them. They gave me some cash, and they also gave me an American Pro 2 Strat with a maple fingerboard. I played the two. I compared the two. I tried to do some mental arithmetic to figure out, you know, which I should keep and what I should do. But to me, it just felt like this one is more nostalgic and sounds great, and I love the way it plays. I don't want to change it. I thought about all kinds of stuff. Change the necks. Keep the original body and the, you know, whatever, but to me it just felt like I'll just keep that guitar as it is and I'll find it a new home. So my friend Mitch saw it on Facebook Marketplace and he immediately texted me and he said that his wife had been trying to surprise him with the guitar and she'd been looking at SGs and that's not his thing. And so he said, hey, I have the Cypress Tele that I have a hunch you probably want back. I'm asking $1,200 for the other. And he said, how about I'll give you a $500 difference? And then I was like, okay. And then at the last second, he's like, okay, hey, to sweeten the deal, I'll throw something in. And he threw in a WEEDEATER, which, sure, I could use a WEEDEATER. And, but it's a rainy day. I'll show you the WEEDEATER here in a minute. But this is a Cypress Telecaster. It's Sync or Cypress on the top. Now, there are things that I love about this guitar and a couple things I really wish that and now that I have it back, I will get to fix. So the back is just pore filler. It's just clear finish that I just sanded flat. Actually, no. I sanded the pore filler off of this to where it was just bare wood, and then I put hand rubbed polyurethane on this. And so it's not a great finish. So I think I want to have this whole guitar refinished. It has a gold neck plate just because that's the only one I had. It has some Fender inline tuners, 70 style tuners. I'm going to swap those out. Oh, the most exciting thing about this guitar is that it has Seymour Duncan Antiquities in the bridge and then a full CTS harness. This is kind of my MO for a Tele. I just think the Seymour Duncan Antiquities sound great, play great. And yeah, so it has a giant U-shaped neck. This neck, I think I said this was built by John, but I can almost guarantee I think this is a Mighty Mite neck. But it has an ebony fingerboard and a black nut, and so it's really cool and stealth. So anyway, this thing is just like straight Louisiana, and I am a deeply nostalgic person, and so for me, this is a guitar that I wanted to hang on to that I'd hoped would come back because Cypress is really closely tied to a ton of just the mojo and vibe of Louisiana. They're big trees that grow out in the swamps. And so this one's really cool. This is a good piece of Sync or Cypress. It's not pecky, which is great. So normally they get kind of chewed up by bacteria in the water or some kind of fungus. I don't actually know what makes them pecky, but make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you'll see a lot more about this guitar. I'm super excited about this thing. It just sounds so good. Cool, weird, wonderful. Anyway, Cypress Tele.